Allow me to call upon Mr. John Moffat to address few words and introduce Mr. Andrew Root. Thank you so much.
And they range from young people who are just graduating from university to people who've had businesses for 20 years. You might wonder, how can all of those people be in one group? Because this program deals with the key issues that you need to think strategically and to have a very action-oriented view toward entrepreneurship, which is good for starting a business, but it's also good for expanding a business you already have. One of the key features of our program is that it's, well, a couple of key features. One, it's very action-oriented. It's a practical program. Unlike what most people are used to if they go through an academic program, which can be very theoretical, this program is to train you to be an entrepreneur. Therefore, it doesn't take all of our time presenting things, but it also requires the students to get up and present. Because if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you have to be able to be persuasive to the people around you so that you can create a business and sell whatever it is that you're creating. The other key feature is that in addition to me and my colleague Jason Benedict, who are doing the training, we are bringing executives from all over the world to come in and to speak to the students, advise them on their business plans, and mentor them as they're developing their businesses. This is a tremendous value added to the people in the program, but in addition to that, I felt that it would be important to share these people with the community at large. And that's why we're doing this program tonight. And I'm so thankful to Olivier to organize this and to open it up to all of you, because I think it's extremely valuable for you to hear some of the people that are coming. This morning we had a pioneer of the internet from Australia, a very successful entrepreneur, present a workshop to the IT professionals and business entrepreneurs in IT in Rwanda, and it went very well. Tonight, I'm going to introduce to you a very good friend of mine. Andrew Root came to Regent University in 1992 as a student, so I've known him as his professor. I was the dean of the school at the time. And I'll just tell you a little aside, I've been at Regent University since 1982, so I've taught virtually every class that's come in all of those years. And faculty would oftentimes sit down and we would just reminisce about the students who had come through. And we'd sort of remember those who had been particularly outstanding. And Andrew was always at the top of the list of our outstanding students. So it was no surprise to me to see how he developed after he left. Andrew's from Canada, and he went back to Canada to work at Royal Bank there. But he really wanted to work for Goldman Sachs. And it just so happened that after he became very expert at analyzing companies in Canada, Goldman Sachs was looking for someone who knew about Canadian companies. So even though he didn't go there directly, he went there indirectly. And I think this is a lesson to people who are wanting to rise up in an organization. One of the things that I think characterized Andrew and allowed him to rise rapidly and to a high level at Goldman Sachs was the fact that he was always willing to take on work that other people didn't particularly want. And he was a team player within the organization. So not only did he analyze Canadian companies, but when they were looking for someone to be the deputy for research for U.S. companies, which is a huge job, he had 400 analysts that he was responsible for, they looked to him because he had an interest in people, in developing people. That's kind of unusual in the finance business, because some people would call Wall Street a dog-eat-dog environment. That is highly competitive and not really caring about other people. But Andrew took time to speak into the lives of the young analysts that were coming in and teach them. And you'll get to hear him tomorrow if you come to the workshop tomorrow. He will be presenting a little more technical financial analyst approach to things than you'll hear tonight, where he's talking on a broader global capital market approach. And yet, it will be the kind of thing that everyone in this room will be able to understand, because he has a gift for being able to take something that's highly complex and put it into very simple terms that you'll be able to follow and grasp some key concepts that will be useful to you. Andrew's been a personal friend as well to me, and I've really enjoyed getting to know his family, his wife Tara. They're just wonderful people who are so hospitable to invite people into their home, and he has 2 wonderful children. Just a tremendous man who is a wonderful husband, father, and yet super successful in the business world at the same time. So I'm not going to say any more because I want to leave time for my former student who is now going to be teaching the professor. So, Andrew.